Welcome to State of Origin 1. Queensland and New South Wales only on 9, and to take you through every moment for the 91st time, it's a very good evening, Ray Warren.
Thank you, James. New South Wales entering the cauldron. You came across right on time. Paul Vaughan, the big dragon in number 10. And a dream realised by that man, Cody Walker, 29 years of age, on debut in this prized sky blue jumper that he's longed for so long. And Josh Addo-Carr, much of him tonight. We'll be playing with the memory of the passing of his famous boxing grandfather, Wally. Try-scoring machine, Josh Addo-Carr. Jack Whiten coming off the bench. One of 5 newcomers for New South Wales, 11 last year, 5 this year. Latrell Mitchell, where does he rank overall amongst the best players currently in the game? And look at the size of this fellow, Payne Haas. One of the 5 I'm talking about. Brad Fittler took 11 into Melbourne, but that was Melbourne. 5 tonight witnessed Suncorp under Origin conditions for the first time. And Paul, you've played it, you've led in it, you've coached in it. They get an incredible boost of confidence and energy.
Well, back 35 years ago, Rabs, you'd be in the dressing room warming up and, you know, you're saying, I'm going to do it for my mates, I'm going to do it for Queensland. But there used to be a fence here and then wooden slats before and after the fence, and you'd hit the wooden slats running onto the field as Daly leads them out, and you'd go, right, and the crowd would lift. You'd go, right, now it's time to do it for the crowd.
Daly Cherry Evans leads for the first time. It seems he would be on the outer for a while, but now he's got the C next to his name. The booing has abated. The welcome mat appears to be back for Daly Cherry Evans. Is this a surprise packet, this fellow? Ben Hunt in 9. He's had some ups and downs in his career, but we know he's blessed with some talent. He could well be the surprise. And look at this fellow. They lose a superstar and they grow another. Kalen Ponga. That's what they do in Queensland. They lose one, they grow another. Gus, you've described it as the most intriguing series you've seen coming into it. What did you exactly mean by that?
Well, there's just been an incredible build-up, Ray. I've got more questions than answers at the moment. The conjecture and speculation around the selection of teams, the coaches, the 2 squads that we do have. This is going to be spectacular, and I've got no idea how it will play out.
Let's go down to the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the acknowledgement of country delivered tonight by Jonathan Thurston, followed by the national anthem to be performed by Lucy Maunda.
For 60,000 years, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders have been passing down their stories from generation to generation. Tonight, we come together on Tooboorul and Yuggera country, and as a proud Gungari man, please join me as we acknowledge the traditional owners and pay our respects to elders, past and present. We come together, we stand united with respect for the land and for one another.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance
So well done. This crowd, I would think, bordering on capacity. It was rumoured that it might fall short of 50,000, but it's very close to the plus 50. Could be up to the 52,000. So Daly Cherry Evans leads for the first time. Boyd Cordner leads New South Wales in his 7th game. 3rd youngest New South Wales captain, behind Laurie Daly and Brad Fittler. What do you think, Gus?
Well, right now this is just spectacular. It really is. The crowd has swelled. I can't see any vacant seats whatsoever. And this is just exciting. Some of the best young talent that I think we've seen in the history of our game. And careers, all outstanding careers, could well commence with this game tonight.
Okay, time you run.
So Ponga is going to kick off Series 38, game 115 of Origin. And Clemmer comes back like a man possessed, 10 metres out from his own line. A big gallop by Clemmer, backed up by Cordner. Jared Sutton in his 14th appointment tonight. Ashley Klein in his 6th. And they've refereed 4 times together at this level. Jake Trebojevic with the ball. His brother watching on through injury this year. The Blues then safely getting it out to the 20-metre line for the kick from Cleary. And Cleary sending it high and long down to Dane Gagai. 10 tries, or should I say 9 tries from 10 appearances. He can absolutely smell a try. Dane Gagai playing on the wing for Queensland in tonight's game. So back on their 30-metre line, Ponga had his first touch. And now it's with Munster. Taken down by Vaughan and Cleary. Queensland with arrow. Up towards halfway they come. Keeping it close to the chest. Treating the ball the importance that it deserves. And Munster rakes one back, a difficult one, well taken by Tedesco. What a rise through the ranks. Kangaroos, Origin, Premiership. And then the Brad Fittler's player of the year in Origin last year. Now a run for Josh Adokar. He's bulked up, he's put on about 8 kilos. Gets it out towards the 20-metre line. Cordner goes short to Trebojevic. They've got some nice little plays in around the ruck.
He's in trouble, Cordner. He got hit very heavily there after passing the ball.
So Cleary gets a kick away before challenged by Kafusi. And again, it's gone down to the hands of Gagai. He'll play the ball back on his own 30-metre line. They're running away from the Caxton Street end, and Chambers from the Northern Territory originally. From Gove, played football with Nullarbor, if I've got the pronunciation correct. Oates and now Papali. So
they're making good ground, Queensland. They're really surging up the middle of that ruck, concentrating in just left and right of where the actual ruck is. The ball goes wider now.
Cherry Evans away. It's with Matt Gillette, who missed the series last year with that fractured neck. He had some dark thoughts about not just football, but life generally. But he's back in this team this year. And Tedesco is hammered as he comes back to the ground. Put away by the centre and also Jai Arrow. Trebojevic brings the Blues away on another set. No mistakes in the game so far. Both of them aware of this first 20 minutes in the grind and hopefully tiring the other set of forwards out. Ponga Kick return off the kick of Cleary. His first few kicks in the game from Cleary, quite good. Now for Corey Oates. It's the start of a new era for Queensland. The retirement of Billy Slater brought to an end that historic era. Well, they lost only 2 series in something like 13 years. So the rebuild, and this is the new breed. Munster, Kafusi, the Melburnian, inside the 30-metre line. They go a short side. Ponga. It's changeover.
Easy, leave it, Tyson.
Obviously lost the count.
Hold here, boys. Hold, Josh. Stay straight. Use your foot, Tyson. Very well. Just wait. No, hold. Hold there. Use your foot. Go.
Late shot while he was on the deck there, Tonga. They've got some numbers trying to control Kalen, which is the way to go. He's got a wicked left foot step.
Josh Morris got his first handle, and Cook went for a run, took Cleary with him. Cook goes again, over halfway, takes Tedesco with him this time.
Gee, that's good football early in the game.
So Cook away now to Clemmer. Gut-wrenching run to start the game. Bent a couple of the Queensland tacklers back, no doubt. Now they come down the left side with Walker. Bounces favourable for Ponga. Hit by Addo-Carr. I'm not quite sure about the tackle, where there's some arms in it. Gagai. Try line, you can see behind them, Queensland. Cherry Evans. Let's get out of here. It's too darn hot. Chambers. Middle of the 20-metre line, on end. Long ball, let's go to the extremes. Let's go out to Kafusi. 35 metres out from his line. Last tackle now for the Maroons. Munster drives it down to Addo-Carr. The Fox. Here comes the Fox. Swerves 5 metres in his own territory. Billy Slater on the sideline tonight.
Yeah, atmosphere is unbelievable down here on ground level, Rabs. There hasn't been a stoppage yet, no penalties. The Queensland chant has started.
So the Blues surging. Cook waiting. Now Trebojevic. Cleary is with it. Behind Frizzell. Now Tedesco. Touch and go. Morris, 15th game of Origin. Back in 16 he retired. Came in to fill a hole. Cleary puts a little kick in. Tedesco's a chance. No, he's not.
Well,
gee, they're on fire, aren't they? They're flying.
It's a very, very quick game. Really quick, and as Billy mentioned, no stoppages. And this will bring, as the forwards get tired probably earlier than they thought, this will bring Damien Cook really into the match early, looking to carve up a hole around the ruck.
It's worth remembering, we talk about the lift that Queensland get here at Suncorp, or Lang Park if you like. The Blues have won game 1 here on the last 2 occasions. Paul Gallen's team did it in 14, and they did it again in 17. So it's not beyond them. In fact, their record is quite good when game 1 is played here in Queensland, in Brisbane. So here is Maguire, now a Cowboy. 40 metres out from the Blues line. And Munster goes across the face of Kafusi and finds Morgan. Talking of Cowboys. Michael out in the centres. Cherry Evans with a mile of time to kick. And Tedesco, I think he thought Kotrick was going to take it. Then Kotrick indicated otherwise. And Tedesco did very, very well. 15 out from his own line now. And talking of Kotrick, this is him. His mother Serbian, his father born in Australia to Serbian parents. In fact, In fact, I think he's the son of a carpenter. Clemmer. Famous people have been the sons of carpenters. Here's Cook. And now it's gone across for Mitchell. Puts in a centre kick. Oh, well done, Corey. Oh, come out of nowhere, Frizzell. Frizzell launched himself, and I think he's wounded himself too.
He went in very heavily there. I thought Latrell Mitchell had plenty of room down this left-hand side to at least try and get Addo-Carr away. But he went to the kick as his first option.
Cordner seems as though he's okay, Gus.
Yeah, copped a really bad knock from Kafusi, but bounced up pretty quickly.
Paul, keep an eye on Frizzell. Here's a ball that's gone to Chambers, but he was exposed, and Addo-Carr and Mitchell took him. 30 out now, western side. Jerry Evans puts up kick to Tedesco, hits the ground, and around he goes, and away he goes. He's still going, Tedesco. That's a brilliant run.
He's dangerous, isn't he? He had plenty of room to move there. Wasn't the greatest of kicks.
This is Addo-Carr. Now Cleary. Frizzell wants a piece of the action, so he must be okay.
Yeah, he copped a big knock and trying to make a tackle a couple of minutes ago. You were right.
Here's Trebojevic. And back it away from Walker to Tedesco to Mitchell. Mitchell will flick out the back. That's danger. Now they kick ahead. The referee has called it back.
They're saying knock on by Queensland.
Yeah, Mitchell tried to flick this one out to Addo-Carr. I think Gagai reached out with the right hand and knocked it down. Crowd got excited. Little flick pass here. Latrell, and Gagai gets his hand in the way. This is played at a frenetic pace. Both sides doing really well. There's been some good play from a lot of players. Intensity-wise, there's your Telstra tractor. Cameron Munster 132, Daly Cherry Evans 131, Kalen Pong 131 metres per minute. Now that is extremely quick. I can tell you a normal club game is about 98 to 100. Origin, obviously a little more than that, but those are extraordinary figures on the Telstra tracker. GPS technology. Lucky it wasn't around when you and I played, Fatty.
Yes, I agree.
Wouldn't have had much work to do. The Blues, of course, into this match as reigning champions. They haven't won back-to-back series since 2005.
Okay, let's go, boys. Ben. Okay, get in, time on.
Walker feeding. So Cleary using Frizzell. And Tyson 20 metres out. Cook short to Clemmer. Has a tendency to get those knees up.
He's been good though. He's really good for the Blues.
They're only 7 away from the try line, as you can see, right in the centre of the ground. Here's Walker. Now the captain. Cordner taken by a good tackle from Papali, but
Second effort.
second effort, penalty. The Blues in a strong spot. Do they take the kick?
What are you doing? You going for goal, boys?
They're going to take the kick. We'll take a break. So welcome back. Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, hosting the start of a new series. 38 series. Of course, we had a couple of one-off games to get Origin going. As Cleary grabs the first 2 points of the game, we take a comment from Billy Slater.
Yeah, Rabs, just on the surface, it's quite a grippy surface. We saw Will Chambers change his boots just before that last scrum. He changed from long studs. He's put the Moulders on, so he's quite confident with it. Joey, how do you find this contest?
What a privilege to be here at Suncorp. You can see the true elite players of our game out there going that hard. This is unbelievable. Great atmosphere. I hope everyone at home is enjoying the game.
We're talking of the people at home, I'm told by our head of football, Simon Fordham, tonight's broadcast has got the potential to reach a TV audience of over 130 million for New Zealand, the UK, United States, Europe and the Pacific Islands. Now I am scared. Now I am.
You're going okay, Rabs. Like riding a bike.
20 metres out from the Blues line. And here's Paul Vaughan. Gee, I often go to call him Vaughton. Runs like him, doesn't quite look like him.
He's got 30 kilos and 2 foot on there.
Here he is with the ball now. Paul Vaughan.
They have been impressive, both the starting props for the Blues, Clemmer and Vaughan.
So Cook, Cleary. So he looks like he's got it right so far. Would that be a fair assessment, Gus?
Yeah, he's playing his role very, very confidently. He's got himself into the game. His kicking game has been strong. I like the fact that he kicked on tackle 3 or 4 when the early exchanges were on, just to get Ponga isolated on his own. So he's thinking about his footy, and a nice little confidence build to the slot one through the post from a penalty goal.
Corey Oates. Joey, I might get a comment from you if we can. You might be busy. You're a busy bee down on the sideline. Nathan Cleary, how's he going?
Yeah, he's doing his job, as Gus said. I think he's managing the game beautifully. The opening 15 minutes, his kicking game has been spot on. Those floating bombs won't be long. Hopefully he may get a result out of them. But yeah, at the moment, he's getting an A+.
And Billy Slater, stay with me.
I've got your Rabs.
Tedesco, a blinding start.
Yeah, well, we saw him make that line break off that kick chase that wasn't quite there for Queensland, and he's going to threaten around that middle third. As soon as these guys in the middle, Maguire, Arrow, Papali, start getting a little bit tired, look for Tedesco through that middle.
Frizzell on his own 40-metre line now. As Cook sweeps it away to Clemmer. Look at Tedesco. He's always around the football. He's a busybody. Here is Cook breaking through. He'll play the ball 25 out.
That's the first offload of the game. Shows Cook how dangerous he is.
Cordner presses on. Now they're 10 away. 5 tackles gone. Watch for the kick. Walker puts a little stab into the in goal. Can they stop Gagai? No, they can't. Dane Gagai, player of the series in 2017. Now Ponga gets the crowd to defeat.
We've just seen the 3 most dangerous players on the field start to impress on the ground. I'm talking about Cook, Tedesco and then Ponga.
Kafusi playing it back to Ben Hunt in 9 for tonight. Josh Papali. Friday night football for Canberra and the Tigers. Here comes the Maroons. Chambers, a swerve. He changes direction. Gagai loses the ball. So he's called.
Still alive.
Last tackle, ball's alive. A long floating ball to Maguire. Out to Hunt. The crowd is standing and applauding. Here's Morgan. Gets it to Corey Oates. That's a try, I'd say. That's an Origin try. An aerial try. And an absolute beauty.
Hey, Horse, this last tackle, he had no try.
No try.
Confirming that he's on the touchline before he jumps.
Queensland blue goes up. This will be interesting.
Well, the linesman stood his ground. They're saying he might have put his foot on the line there. He did. As he catches the ball, he puts his heel on the line.
Corey Oates' right foot takes the touchline. We have a decision.
The linesman didn't move. Exciting football from the Maroons. Brilliant football. One side of the field to the other.
Well, there's one thing about it, there's no debate.
No, and that set of 6 started behind their own goal line. Gagai got the ball just back into the field of play. Ponga got them on the front foot. And then some beautiful work by Cherry Evans to ignite the right-hand attackers.
What a good pass that was.
Brilliant.
The Chambers. And they bombed it. All they needed was support back on the inside. It was a try. That ball went back and then side to side. And he just tried to give himself too much room to get on the outside of his opponent there, Corey Oates. 6 inches too far he went.
Billy Slater, sideline.
Yeah, love the use of the football. Daly Cherry Evans come down the right-hand side of the field and put Will Chambers away, and then they went all the way across the other side of the field. They got to use the football, Queensland. Joey?
There's twice. There's a drop ball, rake at.
Now that'll be a penalty.
It's twice they've got the trail on an out ball with Chambers. Addo Carr's going back early on play 3. Cherry Evans has seen this. You've got the ball on the outside of Latrell. The outside men for New South Wales have to talk more.
So the free kick taken by Morris. And Clemmer it is that gets it just inside the Queensland 40-metre line. So Trebojevic and then to Vaughan. So 18 minutes of the first half gone and 18 minutes of blinding speed exhibited by both sides. Cleary, Frizzell, very short pass, hitting him on the chest. Then Kafusi took him in defence. Cook gets it away to Trebojevic. Cook then, Ascari puts the ball. Oh, gee, I don't know whether Queensland cleaned up or not.
Horse.
Let's see what Sutton
We
says.
are back to 0 tackle New South Wales. Have no try.
No try.
Just confirm that Cameron Munster grounds that before a New South Wales hand gets to it. They look at that as well. They look at that.
And Damien Cook here on last play gets out from dummy half. We might have a player offside here. I think we've got an offside Blues player here.
Is it Tedesco, I think?
Yeah.
Kick chase from New South Wales is cleared as onside.
Wow.
This is important. Does Munster ground this ball? Not there. You can't ground it with your knee, as far as I know.
Still not there.
It's still not down. Who gets a hand on it?
And Frizzell comes and puts a hand on it.
Is there a hand that comes around the
now,
back?
I think Munster's recovered. He knows.
And we've got the ball grounded in goal by Queensland. We have a decision.
He just got an arm back in time.
He did. Oh, wow.
He didn't ground it the first time.
He's for the ball, mate. He's not. He's going for the ball. It's a goal line.
Andrew John, sideline comment.
Yeah, the crowd down here on ground level screaming for offside. I understand that's the Billy Slater offside in 2004.
Oh, he's got a long memory.
Has he what? They'll take the royalties back, Bill, if he's proven right. So here's Clemmer. Big collision there with Arrow and Papali. So here's Trebojevic, and now for Vaughan. Play coming down the centre of the ground. That's the 30-metre line, just in front of them. And a dummy by Jake Trebojevic, and then he struggles as he reverses up. And he's going to play the ball after gaining something like 12 metres. Here's Cleary, shows it, gives it to Tedesco. Out of a tackle, got the ball to Morris, he's over! Josh Morris has got the try.
Okay, course that will be tackle 4.
So what's the referee saying this time?
Just confirm and ground.
It's a Blues try to Josh Morris.
Just watch the twinkle toe effort here of fullback James Tedesco. No doubt Morris has got this ball down. Surged his
Possession
way.
is always maintained by Josh Morris, who grounds the ball in the end goal. We have a decision.
The veteran centre who made himself available to answer the call for the Blues has come up with the first try of this year's series. But it's Tedesco's twinkle toes here. He gets the ball off Cleary. It's 3-on-3, but he's quickly able to turn it into 3-on-2 by getting outside Munster, I think it is. Watch him here. He'll put a move on Munster. gets to his outside. Now he's got them 3 on 2. Morris dummies, surges towards the line. Harvey Norman replay. Brilliant play by the New South Wales fullback.
Yeah, it's a bit of an ordinary miss. Munster just had to keep going with him on the Harvey Norman replay. He dived from too far away. It's a good move by Tedesco, but when they stepped, you just got to go with them. He couldn't quite get there. Andrew Johns, Joey.
There was absolutely nothing doing there, as you said, Gus. 3 defenders, 3 attackers, but it's the absolute brilliance of Tedesco. He's been everywhere tonight, around the ruck, now wide, puts Morris over in the corner. Sensational play by the Blues.
Well, that's his 6th Origin try. Josh Morris, who'll ever forget that remarkable chase and tackle on Greg Inglis back in 2014. He was out of the field of play receiving attention to, from memory, a knee injury, and then basically shook the trainer off and said, "You get out of here, I got to chase this man down."
Well, that right centre position was one of real speculation leading into this game. So many New South Wales players fell by the wayside, and the veteran has answered the call. Gets the first try.
So Cleary, 5 in from touch outside the 20, and he's kicked it. Further 2 on the New South Wales total.
Not early, guys. Make sure you wait.
So Josh Morris gets the first try of the game. Started playing Origin in 2009 and then wasn't rechosen until 2012 and then retired in 2016. But as centre after centre went down, Brad Fittler called on his services. Billy Slater on the sideline.
For some fresh troops on for Queensland, Dylan Napa and Joe Offengawi on debut. Also for New South Wales, Payne Haas has got the #1 interchange card in his hand. They're looking for some fresh troops as well.
Tell you what, Napa, with his initial tackle, he didn't miss Vaughan. He really launched himself in defence. Dylan Napa and Joe Offengawi on the field now. Here's Morris making another break for New South Wales. So played on the halfway line. Kick going high down to Gagai. Dane almost breaking free of the 3 defenders.
He's such a dangerous ball returner. Don't give him any room whatsoever. If you rush him 1 out, he just cuts you in 2, and then the defence gets frantic. Got to go down in numbers on him.
Scored 3 tries in 1 game in 2016.
Knock on a dummy half here.
So knock on.
They're doing a really good job, the Blues, in front of this big home crowd against a fired-up Queensland. Their forwards have dominated the advantage line over the last 10 minutes and given them the opportunity. Queensland had the first try-scoring opportunity. It was New South Wales that converted theirs. Just marvellous scenes. This is the best football stadium in the world. And a great place to start this year's series.
Look at those people up on the terraces, right up the top. Up on the 7th floor here at Suncorp. And I'm straining to find too many vacant seats. 30 metres out from the line. Up towards the northern end of this ground. And Payne Haas, young Bronco, has only played 10 NRL games. Trebojevic to Cleary, Cleary to Frizzell, taken out of mid-air by Munster. Morris has to go into dummy half. Cleary, Trebojevic, and back from Walker to Tedesco. Tedesco thinks about it himself. Having a stormer of a game. Now it's to Walker. Now Trebojevic. This is Cleary. little shimmy, back to Frizzell. Right in front. 5 tackles. Cook, little kick in behind. Ponga cleans up.
Well, New South Wales had a great chance down this left-hand side. Some really smart defence from the Queenslanders who were outnumbered and made Tedesco run the ball. Otherwise, he had them shot on the outside again.
They just got to dig in here, Queensland. They're under pressure. It's been all New South Wales. The leaders gain. Clemmer, Tedesco, Vaughan all doing really well. And Will Chambers leading the Maroons.
Here's Hunt getting a play together on the blind side. Munster back to the middle to Ponga. Cherry Evans kicks. Haas making the tackle. It's okay. There's Kotrick. Got in the leg rope there from Gillett. Now for Addo-Carr. Right up to the middle of the ground. Cook having a look around. Tedesco will go with him. Here's Cook out the other side. Goes through Ponga. Gets the ball away miraculously to Tedesco.
Try saver by Kafusi.
Wasn't it a tackle by Kafusi? Now it's with Cleary. Right foot step, but steps into Munster. Cook is doing some blinding things. Here's Morris shrugging away another would-be tackle. 5 gone. Frizzell, long ball to Cleary. The kick is going out towards Mitchell. Come down, it's with Cherry Evans. Gets it away to Gagai. 9 tries in his Origin career. Pulled down 5 short of the halfway.
Payne Haas got him. Chased down a winger. Brilliant play by him.
Ponga to Munster. Munster to Hunt. Hunt over halfway. 40 out from the line. Munster again. Ponga. Now it's with Napa. Just outside 30. Cherry Evans, right foot, big step. Ponga. Ponga's into the open. 1 to beat and he can't beat Tedesco. 12 out penalty, Queensland.
Great tackle by Tedesco on his opposing fullback, by the way. Ponga probably beats 9 out of 10 on that occasion, but Tedesco read the step and hammered him.
Gally! Play him. Okay, your march is here, Ben.
So Queensland opting against the 2 points and finding Napa. Going for the 6. Big run by Corey Oates. And another penalty again to Queensland. Against the tackler.
It penalises Cody Walker here for having a second grab at Corey Oates. Corey Oates pushed him away, got to the ground. Walker came back at him. Queensland looking for their first try.
This is Offa Hengawi. On debut. 1 of 8 in total in the both sides. As it goes across to Napa now. Try line, you can just see it up in the corner. Cherry Evans showed it to Offa Hengawi. Found Ponga.
It was well read by Latrell Mitchell.
So here's a long ball out to Napa. Onto Munster. Watch out for him. Munster. Danger, danger, danger. He's held up in goal.
Cameron Munster.
Gee, sharp.
Time off, tackle 4.
Sharp left foot step. But the Blues came from everywhere. Some desperate goal line defence. Watch this, bang, bang again. Beat 2 in a row. But there were plenty of blue jerseys there, just in case.
Use your foot, Cameron. Tackle 4.
Tackle 4.
Hold!
The Cherry Evans. Back to Ponga. Well, the Blues have been defending their own line for several tackles now. Terry Evans puts it, the goal post is there. That's still alive, that ball. That's still alive. It came off the upright. The player was onside. Come off the foot and forced by a follower. Napa it is it? Dylan Napa.
He's been heavily involved since he got on there.
Queensland kick chase is cleared as being onside. We'll go through to grounding.
They just couldn't get it, the Blues, and it's towed forward.
Off a Hengawi.
And he overruns it, or falls, and then Napa comes from behind. I'm pretty sure he just bangs it down. No touch by the hands.
The ball is off the Queensland player's legs. There's no breach to this stage.
Oh, now has he rolled over the ball? Has he grounded it? That's a try. Grounded with the forearms.
Yeah, it says in the rule book you can ground it with your hand or your forearm. It's his sixth Origin. He's not scored a try at Origin level. And they're still looking at this.
They should be looking at it. He's knocked it on.
Well,
That's hit his wrists. He's got no control over that at all. The ball's not on the ground. He can't grip it with his wrists. I think it's bobbled on the ground.
They keep looking as though they're looking for some separation between that forearm and the ground.
Dylan Napa contacts the ball with his arms and doesn't bring the ball down to the ground with downward pressure. We have a decision.
So it's going to be turned down.
Brilliant kick by Cherry Evans. Brilliant kick. Both Tedesco and Cleary read it, but they had no play. It hit the big pads.
No, the Queenslanders saw as a try. They're all back on the halfway mark.
Well, it was a try back in the 80s. We didn't have video referees then. Andrew Johns.
Yeah, from someone who bleeds blue, the game's not played in super slow motion. Play that in real time. It's a try every day of the week.
Well, it was a try 30 years ago. That's what I'm saying.
So the Blues, very much so dodging the bullet. Here's Walker. Just short of the halfway. Trebojevic. Taken by Offa Hengawi. Playing in 15. Short ball to Haas. Brad Fittler going with 3 props. Payne Haas, only a youngster, only a baby really. And now Cameron Murray is out there in jumper number 16. Very quick play the ball from him. South Sydney teammate goes away. Cook, his kick goes to Ponga. And they're trying to put him back in the in goal.
Well, that's what Cameron Murray's out there for, to bring Cook into the game. And with his very first carry, got a lightning quick play the ball, and Damien Cook was right onto it.
Offa Hengawi again. Who would have been on pretty good terms with himself, looking at what had happened down in the New South Wales in goal, but eventually turned down. That ball
6 more.
Is 6 more. Jared Sutton saying resume the tackle count. Back at 0. And now Maguire. Just inside 30. Kaufusi keeps hammering that left side. Had plenty of carries, Kaufusi. Munster. Dummy, swerve. Now another dummy inside the 40. This is unbelievable at the moment. Chambers gets the ball back, speculator, and it's gone. Dead in goal.
He's saying he passed it forward.
Oh my goodness, how good was that from Munster?
Yeah, well, every time Queensland spread the ball to the right in their own half of the field, they're finding New South Wales out. And Munster here with this footwork again, and the dummy. He beats Latrell Mitchell, gets into the backfield, fires it off to Chambers, who looked like he was home. But Tedesco and Addo Carr again come at him. and Chambers can't control the pass back on the inside.
Well, that run by Munster, as good as I've seen in Origin in a long time, that run by Munster. Bamboozling it was. Once again, they couldn't finish it off, Queensland.
Well, every time they shift to their right, they're finding New South Wales in trouble. Telstra tracker. Let's see how we're going. Josh Addo-Carr. He's been the fastest player on the field so far, and I think that would be chasing Queensland players Gagai and Chambers. 34.7 kilometres an hour. My first car didn't go that quick.
That was, you were peddling. You were only 5 years of age. Clemmer, Chambers up in his face. 18 metres out from the Blues' own line. New South Wales leading 8-0. Queensland have had 2 tries disallowed. Corey Oates putting a foot on the sideline. There's no debate about that. And the more you watch the grounding of the ball, there's probably no doubt about Napa and his disallowed try. Then you've seen that one there, almost totally constructed by Munster's brilliance. And they could have had 3 tries on the board, Queensland, without batting an eyelid, but New South Wales are in front. 8-0 with 7 minutes of the first half remaining.
The Blues have got to get their left-hand side defence sorted out. Queensland very bunched at the moment. Look at them.
Someone's got to put their hand up, take the ball up.
Here he is, off a Hengawi. Halfway line. Maguire behind Napa to Cherry Evans. Inside ball to Ponga. Taken by Murray. So Cherry Evans puts a kick down to Tedesco. He's been the star of the first half. Addo-Carr in 5. Mitchell. Murray now. Not much of him, but he's very talented.
He's a good player, isn't he? Beautiful handoff there.
That's Kotrick, right in the middle of the park. And now Clemmer, taken low by Maguire. Up the top by Offa Hengawi. Cook then goes for a sprint. Only one marker. Cleary angling back in behind the ruck. And Cook it is to the 20. Got the ball away. It's with Walker, his halves partner. Now Mitchell. And Chambers comes in over the top.
Good tackle by Will Chambers, the veteran. He read that well.
Well, he's been really tentative tonight, Latrell Mitchell, in attack and defence. A couple of times he's got the ball with, I thought, space, and he hasn't done much with it. And on this occasion, one-on-one close to the try line, you'd nearly back him every time. Chambers nails him. Beautiful ball by Cody Walker. Gets back on the inside, straightens up. This is what he's good at. Finds Latrell Mitchell with space. And Latrell, first thing is to look for a pass. That's not like him at all. Slips on the turf. Chambers says, come here. I remember you. I remember you. I'm here again.
Billy Slater.
Yeah, you see Latrell Mitchell slip on the turf on this northern end of Suncorp Stadium. It doesn't get as much sun as the rest of the field. It can be a little bit dewy down there.
Back on their own 10-metre line. And Maguire. Now Hunt. Then to Munster again. And there's a red light flashing on top of him. He, as I said earlier on, he represents danger every time he touches the ball.
He's some sort of player.
So Hunt.
40-20.
Looking for a 40-20. Tedesco.
Look out.
Well, he's got himself a 40-20, so Queensland
Well, they're saying it's touch, so it'll start with a scrum.
So he must have left the field of play. Tedesco.
Brilliant work by Hunt. Inside his own 40, hooks it back to the left. Tedesco knows it, can't take the risk.
Yeah,
he's touched it before it's gone out.
Yeah, he hasn't allowed the ball to bounce out of the field of play, and he jumped from the field of play.
Well, they still get the ball back. They've got to go here, Queensland.
Absolutely.
Well, where's big Corey Oates? He usually comes in field for these types of runs.
He's here.
Here's Ponga. Oh, and Oates was there.
He took a big chance there at O'Carr because Dane Gagai was on his own. That ball was going to land right in his lap and he was going to head in for a try, but Addo-Carr came in and snuffed it out right there. It's a big play. Took a gamble.
Well, they read it right. They read that Corey Oates had come in from his wing. There's Oates. Both Latrell and Addo-Carr have gone in. Latrell turned to cover Addo-Carr, who came in and played at the ball. So now they'll go back to the left-hand side of the field. This is Ponga's favourite side.
So another golden opportunity for the Maroons to get that elusive try. Off of Hengawi, jamming the ball up towards the try line. Hunt, bad pass. He might have got a marker actually raking at the arm. Maguire still close to the southern uprights. Cherry Evans, now Chambers. And the penalty goes to Queensland. It's against Mitchell.
Got it, Ash?
He's just not quite on the pace of the game, Latrell, is he?
Hold!
No reason to be giving away 10-metre penalties there.
Napa. 10-metre run. 10 metres out now. Hunt goes behind a decoy and finds Munster. 5 metres out from the line. Queensland number 6. Ponga up at first receiver, then Hunt, Cherry Evans, Gillett. Matt Gillett, twice second rower of the year. Away from Napa, onto Ponga. Takes a couple of back steps, gets it to Munster.
Look it up.
Tries to push away, pushes away again with success. Now he's 2 metres out there. Half-time just over a minute away. Another bad pass. Cherry Evans to Maguire. Cook and Murray doing the tackling. Blindside for Munster, holds it out in front. Pass was bad, might have been touched. Referee said no, change over.
You can only stand and applaud the Blues' defence. It's been outstanding. Queensland threw a heap at them there.
Hold your foot, Josh!
And they just kept shifting and combating, and they've held them out.
Been an outstanding first 40 minutes of Origin football on both sides.
Crichton.
Queensland have had the more opportunities.
Pass.
But there is nothing in this whatsoever.
Tedesco finding Cordner. And this will be the final play of the ball. Tedesco. And he's lost the ball. Comes down to Offa Hengawi. That's the end of the first 40 minutes. It's 8-0. Quite incredibly, it's 8-0 at half-time in favour of New South Wales. The one try exactly halfway through the half to Josh Morris at the 20th minute. Blues out there, waiting for the Maroons, led out again, of course, by Cherry Evans. New South Wales, through Origin history, have led 54 times for 39 wins and 14 losses. So that probably supports a little bit of the confidence coming from the Queensland sheds. 8-0. It's not really a big break, not at this level anyway.
No, it's not, particularly with the opportunities they've created. They've had 2 disallowed and 2 bombed. They should have scored in the right-hand corner twice. Corey Oates with his foot on the line, and Dylan Napa with a little bobble in the in goal. The scoreline could be very, very different. Nothing's been decided yet.
You're quite right. Latrell Mitchell kicks off. He had I don't know what the right word is to describe his first half performance. He just didn't seem as though he could get into the game. There's Offa Hengawi, another one of these very good young players from the Brisbane club. Brings an early play out on the first set of the second half. This fellow has toiled at an unstoppable rate, really. Kaufusi. Wire dragged down around the legs by Murray. Cook over the top with Crichton, who came on just before half-time. Gee, some of the passing from dummy half has been very slack in the last 10 minutes of this game. Chambers rolling the ball down, it bounces friendly for Tedesco.
Yeah, that's 3 occasions now where Ben Hunt has found the ground with long passes out of dummy half. But yet again, Queensland finds space down the New South Wales left-hand defensive side. Every time they move the ball that way, they look like making a break.
We'd love to have seen Will Chambers take the tackle then and go again, Queensland.
Well, are we able to identify what's wrong on that left side? Is it an individual, or is it the lack of cohesion?
I think it's trust. I think it's just that Cody Walker and Latrell Mitchell haven't played together before, and there's a little lack of trust there, and which player's going to do what.
So Payne Haas with the most recent play the ball, and Cleary drives it. Oh, Ponga has made a meal of it. It went back. And he's playing the ball inside the 10-metre line. Crichton led the chase and made the tackle.
He's got this thing happening, Kalen, where he's falling back nearly every kick. Not sure what's happening there with that.
Well, it's really hard, Paul, with those high ones, and Nathan Cleary got all of that. It was floating around. Darius Boyd has started doing it. A few fullbacks are doing it. Andrew Johns talks about keeping your feet moving when you're under those high balls. You can't plant your feet.
So Maguire. Holden State of Origin. Watching at 9, on 9, exclusively live and full. This is Nick Kotrick. As I said earlier, he comes from Serbian ancestry, and the same can be said of the Trebojeviches. So Kotrick and the 2 Trebojeviches enlist for Belgrade. They might enter a team in the NRL. They probably are kicking for the Blues a little bit over there in Serbia right now. Got their own rugby league competition. Here's Murray. 5 tackles gone against New South Wales, and a penalty.
Pressure on the neck.
Yeah, it's pressure on the New South Wales man trying to play the ball.
Yeah, Maguire was paranoid about the quick play the ball that Murray has, and he gets a really good grip on him and holds him down there. Murray reaches for the back of his head. Maguire's not going to let him up.
Yeah, when he banged him on the ground, he half-fly crush at him.
Next line.
So game 2 goes to Perth. And I keep thinking of that statistic that you can't overlook with Origin. The team winning game 1 goes on to win the series at a percentage of 73% of the time. And game 2 is on a neutral ground. Play by Clemmer, 10 metres out. Murray for Haas. 8 metres out from the try line. We're in the middle of the ground, and here's Cook. Cleary, and Tedesco pointed he wanted the kick. It's come down to Crichton. And Angus playing the ball back to Damien Cook. He runs a 360 and drops it down to Tedesco. Twinkle Toes tries to find a gap, but it's not there. He's put away by Munster. Cook then goes to the middle. Cleary gives it to Murray. This is the one they're worried about with the quick play of the balls. And he's come up without it to knock on.
Hey, Josh!
Josh Maguire again.
Got him. Come back here, boys.
Maguire smiling as if to say, I got that one. You got the previous, I got this one.
Yep, he's in no position to play that ball, and he's trying to get it to the ground as quickly as he can. Maguire was never going to let go.
Brad Fittler. Holden State of Origin, game 2, as I said, in Perth on Sunday, 23rd of June. There are a limited number of tickets available. To secure your seats, go to that website, nrl.com/tickets, or through Ticketmaster. It'll be a magnificent day, 60,000 stadium, Optus Stadium in Perth.
A little bit of niggle out here at the moment. This game is tensely poised. I get the feeling Queensland believe they've been the better team. They just can't get on the scoreboard yet. And they're really starting to niggle away at the Blues.
Well, I guess they've only got to think back at the 3 real opportunities they had. And 2 of them were turned down by the video referee, or in fact the referee ruled against the Oates try off the call of a touch judge. So there were 3 tries they could have easily scored. But then again, you can't dismiss some of the plays that we've seen from Tedesco and Cook in particular. This is Hunt.
It's better play from Ben Hunt. He didn't run much at all in the first half, and now in the second half, Kevy's just said, mate, get out and have a little drift and see what you can find. And he's done that. Short kick.
And another kick, but it's gone out on the full. So it'll come back to the point where the ball was kicked, and it'll be a turnover.
Nice little variation there. They obviously talked about that at half time, and it caught New South Wales napping. Shaped the big kick, little chip kick. Winger and fullback back. Morgan got to it first, but couldn't control the next kick.
So this is Kotrick.
They're coming after them, the Maroons. Look at them sprinting up in defence.
Now for Crichton. As Angus Crichton and Cameron Murray represented Australian schoolboys in the other code. And both out on the park in game 1, State of Origin, number 115. So Tedesco was tackled low by Hunt. Cook goes away, gets away from Hunt. He stands in another, gets it back to Murray, and Maguire has got him again. You didn't need to know. Maguire sweating on Murray, and Cleary dribbles one into Ponga. Kalen comes away to the 10-metre line.
Yeah, Damien Cook's been really dangerous tonight for the Blues when Queensland have only had the 1 marker. He waits until there's 1 marker, then he has a scoot out looking for support. They're making plenty of ground off him.
Billy.
Yeah, David Fafita, as he takes the first hit up here of his Origin career, it reminds you of a young Carl Webb, a wrecking ball.
He's only 19, David Fafita, captain Kebra to win the Schoolboys Cup in 17. And along the way, he won the Peter Sterling medal in the same year. David Fafita. As I said, 3 of these young Brisbane forwards are in this match right now. Haas, Fafita, Offahengawi. New South Wales back on the 10.
That was a great kick from Cherry Evans. Found space between winger and fullback, and Kotrick had to go right back to his line to get it. A few of these Blues players slow to get back. Queensland coming after them here.
There's Josh Morris, the try scorer, his 6th Origin try. He's probably scored as many tries as the rest of them in blue jumpers put together. Oh, Payne Haas. Was there a head clash there? Cook. Paul was talking about his efforts tonight. One thing he has been working on, I read, was his kicking game. So he's Queensland back on the halfway already off the kick return. Now Cherry Evans keeping them guessing. This is Fafita with the ball now. So David playing it right in the middle of the ground. Now off a Hengawi. Hunt back for Cherry Evans, away to Munster, behind Kafusi. It's gone away then to Papali. And Big Josh playing it just outside the Blues 20. Cherry Evans gets it away in the tackle. Fafita does the same. Picked up by Papali. Second bounce. Now he's like a tractor pulling Cleary along the ground. Right in the middle of the 20-metre line, down at the Caxton Street end of the ground. And it's towed ahead by Munster. It's loose. Oh, it's been saved by Morris. Well, did he reach the ground? They've ordered a line dropout.
Great kick, great defence, and the Maroons are up. They've come in from 40 metres away.
Well, Brad Fittler in the coach's box. What's your first question, Gus?
Well, how do you feel?
I feel good. Their defence is, even in the 10 minutes, looks really solid. We haven't stopped playing. Be good if we got in better position coming out of trouble. We had all that good ball down the other end, and in one set we were coming off our own line, so that was a bit disappointing.
Your left-hand side defence has had some problems out there tonight. A little bit of communication, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. We spoke about that at half-time. It's just a matter of working together. They're just getting a bit isolated. So that's something we spoke about.
Brad Fittler, New South Wales coach. Played back there by Papali, then Munster, Kafusi, Ponga links in. Here's Corey Oates for the corner again. I don't think there's any put on the touchline this time. The touch judge is standing in the in-goal.
Touching goal, mate.
And the referee is of the belief it's a try.
Brilliant play, a little run around in this backline play. Look at this. How good are they? Flew in there like Superman.
So
Corey Oates remains in the field of play and he grounds the ball in the end goal. We have a decision.
Corey Oates has got the one that was turned down at a similar part of the first half. Comment from Billy Slater.
Yeah, some beautiful variation on the left-hand side. Callum Ponga just wrapping around Felice Kafusi as we watch here on the Harvey Norman replay. Josh Morris commits into Kafusi and Oates corrects his first half error. Just a little update, Joe Offengawi came off with a nasty cut to his right knee. He's gone straight into the sheds. Jai Arrow goes on the field, but as we see, Corey Oates, beautiful finish.
So he's playing in his sixth origin. That's his third try. It could have easily been his fourth try.
Yeah, lovely variation there from the Queenslanders. Kafusi, that's a favoured play of his down at the Melbourne Storm, but normally on the other side of the field. Showed his skill there. Just to turn his back, pop it up for Ponga. Electric pass from Ponga where he realised that Kotrick had come in field. Now the youngster from the sideline.
8-4, coming into the kick. Coming back, it'll graze the upright. It does. It's 8-6.
control. Just wait for that time to go down. Stay behind! Stay behind, guys!
So welcome back to Suncorp. The Blues letting in their first try. As I said, it could have easily been Queensland's fourth try. Corey Oates this time nails it. And Billy Slater, that voice of yours sounded to be a little bit more jubilant.
Certainly was, along with 4 million other Queenslanders. Just a little update on Joe Offengawi. He won't be back tonight. That cut on his knee's a little bit too deep to repair. Queensland down to 16.
This is Fafita. 30-metre line, his own end. They're guarding the Milton Road end of the ground. Here's a penalty.
Silly play.
Interfering with the man playing the ball against the marker.
Just banged him down on the ground.
And this is where the crowd comes into it. And for those Blues players that haven't experienced this home crowd when their team is making a surge, they're about to get a real life experience, because the Maroons, the crowd on that side of the fence, about to really lift the tempo for those inside the fence.
Oh, what a great kick. That's a 40-metre job from Daly.
The crowd figure is pleasing given some of the predictions. 52,191. I don't know that they get many more in than that. By the way, they've played here, Lang Park Suncorp, 55 times, and they've just about won double the amount of games here, Queensland.
Listen to this crowd.
35-19 is the official scoreboard. Games won by Queensland, matches played on this turf at Lang Park and Suncorp. Here's Hunt, and they're pressing again dangerously, the Maroons. That's Arrow. 4 away. Hunt showing it a couple, going long and wide to Gagai. He normally comes back with 4. Hunt. Depth for Ponga, now for Cherry Evans. This is Munster. Now, here is Morgan. Morgan! Morgan! Has he got it down? Big question mark here. Ashley Klein consulting the touch judge.
We have no try.
No try is the call.
Always remains up.
They're saying it's held up.
It is. It's on the last tackle.
The great pass from Munster. Morgan did his darndest to get over that trial and bang it down. Got him on his back, turtled him.
Well, it was a brilliant play by Munster, running the ball on last tackle. This will be the crucial moment here. The ball is up.
Well, it's Tedesco that comes in and saves the day. Or is it Nathan Clear? Is that a 1 or a 7? Tedesco, there it is.
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
And the camera lose sight.
Yeah.
The on-field call is no try. Can we find a camera angle that will deny that?
If Tedesco doesn't get there, then he leans over and bangs it down. But
the ball always remains up for Michael Morgan, never gets to the ground. We have a decision.
Gee whiz. They could have scored 4 or 5 tries tonight, Queensland.
And it could be 40-8.
I don't know about 40.
But no luck.
He does exaggerate just a smidgen. You don't tell lies, do you, Fat?
But they're on top. They're behind on the scoreboard, but they're way on top at the moment. New South Wales.
You can tell in their defence as well, Gus. It's lifted and they're sprinting up off the line now. Look at this defence.
Look at the crowd. Look at the crowd.
So Vaughan struggling to get it outside the 10. Andrew, a comment.
Yeah, Jack Whiten's gone on. Brad Fittler's gone to his bench. He's taken Cody Walker off the field, so imagine that's Cody for the night.
Crowd is really in this. Gus is right. They are reinvigorated. Haas. They're still inside the 20. Big kick down to Ponga. just outside the 30. So the first tackle will be up close to halfway. Ponga taken down by Morris. Corey Oates. So Munster found himself at dummy half. Now Ben Hunt returns to normal programming. 17 is Fafita. Drops it down to Terry Evans. Now Munster around the back, finding Ponga sweeping. Now it's Oates. Oates circling on the 20-metre line. New South Wales into the ground. And another good opportunity for the Maroons as Terry Evans rolls it in. Oh! Did Matt Gillette get held out of it?
That's what he's
we will have an appeal for a penalty try here.
Thank you, man. We're looking for a penalty try. No try. I think no. Okay. Horse. This tackle, we have no try. Now we're looking at a professional foul and a possible penalty try on the interference with Matt Gillette.
Well, this is massive. It's huge.
Right side, Queensland kick chase is cleared as onside. We'll go through to the contest here.
Well, he's denied a chance to catch the football.
Yeah, and he's been denied a chance through foul play.
Yep. I'm not sure about the penalty try, but it's definitely a penalty and probably a sin bin.
Due Paul.
I mean, is it a given he was going to get it and score?
I think the fact that Tedesco's in attendance will raise some query about that, but there's no doubt that Latrell's acted early. Latrell, if this is not a penalty try, Latrell will be in the sin bin. And New South Wales are having enough trouble with their left-hand defence.
Contact is made on the Queensland onside kick chaser by Latrell Mitchell prior to him taking possession of the ball. Due to the proximity of the New South Wales defenders, I can't be sure that he's going to score the try. However, the action of Mitchell falls in the professional foul category. We have a decision.
So Mitchell will be off to the sin bin. New South Wales will be down to 12 again.
Hey, Lloyd, the ball been so high, and
That's what the crowd thinks.
Well, they've got memories of last year, where New South Wales was awarded a
he
penalty
makes
try.
contact with him before the ball is there. In that situation, it's a professional foul.
Oh, the crowd loves that one. They've gone up, off.
So Mitchell's gone to the bin for 10.
Well, they've been forcing the pace this whole second half, Queensland. Everything they're getting they deserve, because they've just got New South Wales on the ropes. The Blues have done well to withstand it so far, but now down to 12 men and this big crowd behind the Maroons, they'll have a hell of a job repelling them from here.
Well, they hardly take the kick a goal now, will
Well, they can't, surely. New South Wales looked out in their feet, down to 12. You've got to go for the kill, Queensland, but...
Well, Ponga's got the ball.
It looks like they're going to have a shot.
Yep.
Well, I would suggest too that...
Yeah, they are.
Well, we'll take a break and come back. Here's Kalen Ponga to bring this game level at 8 apiece. So, as a result of Mitchell going to the bin and the goal by Ponga, we've got a scoreboard that's locked up. It's 8-all.
All advantage with the home side. They've been forcing the pace. The Telstra tracker. Last 10 minutes, Queensland 17% higher in their team intensity than the Blue. You can see it. GPS tracking, Telstra tracker tells us what we see before our own eyes.
So Munster giving it to the bandaged Josh Papali. 20 out from his own line. That's Arrow.
And Josh Papali and Jai Arrow in their second stint on the field have been outstanding. Gaining the metres.
This is Fafita.
Another offload by Fafita. That's his second in a row.
Papali interrupted there by Haas. And Queensland pushed the fourth tackle up to the halfway line. Cherry Evans, Fafita.
Well, it looks a likely prospect, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I think I've been told that about 5 or 6 times by good judges, and he looks it, doesn't he? And Okar tackled on the 10-metre line. Well, this scoreboard now, 8-all, at least typifies the contest much more accurately. As Gus was just saying, at 8-0, and you were saying it could have been 40-8 the other way.
Queensland have come charging back in. I'm just wondering how they're going to use Moses Umbai. Ben Hunt's done really well, especially in the second half, but maybe some fresh legs out of dummy half of Queensland through Umbai could do them some good.
Nick Kotrick has some sort of knee or groin problem here. Saying the outside of his knee. He's not happy with it. Let's have a look. And if he did it to himself with that step there. Terrific game. But Queensland, I've got to say, even in the first half, although New South Wales led by 8, you felt like Queensland looked far more likely. And they've managed to pull in the deficit. They put pressure on the Blues to get them down to 12 men. Danny Medeiros talking to Cody Walker. Tyson Frizzell hasn't come back for a second stint. The two coaches look calm enough.
Just looking at Kotrick, he's having the dickens of a time. He's with a trainer now.
Back here.
Well, it'll be a hard one for them to cover. I suppose Crichton would have to go to the centres and Morris onto the wing. Frizzell would have to come back into the action.
Boyd Gordon just had a shoe thrown across almost into the crowd by one of the opposition. There's the kick down the ground taken by Gagai. Joey, you got any comment on Cody Walker? Joe?
He's got a card in his hand. He'll be coming back on. I think he will instructions to take the game, get the ball in his hands and take him on. He'll come on the left side.
Here's Kafusi with a run from acting half. He's right on his own 40-metre line. As Hunt tries to take Morgan with him. Ball finishes up with Arrow and Murray puts him on the ground.
They've got them outnumbered here.
Here's Papali, they're going wide. They know the number is out there. Ponga, who's able to avoid the tackle of Trebojevic. Cherry Evans, Hunt on the 30-metre line, still going. And now it's out to Corey Oates. And the big fellow surely can't get out of that. 20 metres out, 10 metres in from touch on the western side. And Munster puts up a kick into the corner, taken there by the injured Kotrick. That's good tactics. Good read by Munster. Now Tedesco.
They look a little lost, the Blues.
And Okar.
They're running one out. They're just easy pickings for this Queensland defence.
So Whiten. Jack Whiten from a little town called Lucknow. A little mining town just out of Orange.
Oh,
wow, what a tackle by Papali.
He's been really good the second half.
Now Cordner. He has to kick. Left foot kick down. Bouncing for Ponga to give it immediately to Gagai. Who's here in Brisbane, Dane, for a period before transferring to Newcastle. Arrow.
This is tense stuff, isn't it?
Cherry Evans and Ponga combining. The ball is out to Will Chambers.
New South Wales left-hand defence has gone to a slide formation. They're just jamming up tight, asking Queensland to go around them.
So Ponga out to Hunt and Hunt to Kafusi. And he tried to flick a pass. It might have come off the Blues' hand. It's 6 to go for Queensland. So now they're in a lovely attacking position.
Well, it's all falling for them now, isn't it?
Cherry Evans. That's Arrow. He beat Cordner. Taken by Paul Vaughan. Hunt. Cherry Evans. Papali was with him. That got touched again. Backwards into a New South Wales player. It's Addo Carr.
That's a huge let-off for the Blues.
Jack Whiten with fresh legs.
A huge let-off. Queensland had 3-man overlap there on that right-hand side. Cherry Evans tried to get it out there.
Now Tedesco. Started off with a blazing speed. The Cooks and the Tedescos. But now, comparison, bushfire has been contained, very much so by the Maroons. Charged down by Matt Gillette, but it's gone over the sideline.
And that is a huge bonus for the Blues again. They've had 2 really fortunate plays there in the space of 30 seconds. The intercept on their own line. Cherry Evans, he knows he can get this ball out. It's hit by Whiten, and lucky it goes backwards. And Addo Carr, Chambers and Gagai were over on the outside. And here on last play, Whiten takes an age to kick it. Gillette gets to him. And these charge downs can go either way. You can score a try or you give the opposition more ball. And on this occasion, the Blues, this just might give them a little bit more oxygen. We haven't seen the other end of the field.
So Cleary taking the line on. Now Vaughan, Cordner with him. So a gain of some 18 metres on 2 plays. And now it's with Murray. 30-metre line on the 3rd tackle for the Blues. 16 minutes gone, second half. And 8-all is the score. Trebojevic to Cleary, a show, then turns it in with a flick pass to Tedesco, but he's not going anywhere. Last tackle now. Cleary, it came off the boot. He played at the ball, he said.
6 again.
The Queensland have played at the ball. So the Blues have got a full set, 10 metres out. Murray. They're making a good job with Murray now, aren't they? And here's Whiten, fending shade. Oh, intercepted. Intercepted, and Gagai is away to score his 10th Origin try in 11 games. The speed of a gazelle. Dane Gagai. He had a cardiac problem about 4 or 5 years ago when he was at Newcastle earlier on. He didn't show any sign of a heart murmur there, let me tell you.
And look at the crowd now. They love that. Desperation by the New South Wales trying to go to the lead. The wayward pass, throwing, they created a chance. And I don't know how he threw the pass. Gagai was right there. and he had too much head start. Addo-Carr makes up a lot of ground. Billy.
Well, that's tremendous footy smarts from Dane Gagai. You see in the Harvey Norman replay, Jack White creates the opportunity, but Dane Gagai, he's played a little bit in the centres. He knew what Jack Whiten was trying to do, and he just read the pass. Josh Addo-Carr does a wonderful job. They've used 6 interchanges, the Blues, as Latrell Mitchell runs back onto the field. But how much juice is it taken out of him?
Well, that is incredible. Jack Whiten trying to force the issue. Half got onto the outside of his man and then was looking for a flick pass to Addo-Carr. And Gagai was having none of that. None of that.
What tackle was it on, do you recall?
That tackle 3.
Yeah, it was.
Well, they'd got 6 again, hadn't they? So
yeah, that's right.
Pretty early.
Just listening in the huddle there, the instruction, don't look at the clock, don't look at the scoreboard. Just keep up the pressure. This is a big kick.
And Justin Hodges there, the assistant coach to Kevin Walters.
If he kicks this, the noise will be unbelievable.
So it's on its way, and it's just wide. 4-point ball game.
Still 10 seconds. Make sure you time it, Vic. Keep behind it.
So back at Suncorp. It's all turned around. 8-0 at half-time, the Blues. Now 12-8 with 11 minutes remaining. 12-8 in favour of the home side. Game 1. Origin Series 38. And I pointed out the win record of that team that wins Game 1. And of course, Game 2 on a neutral ground. So it'll be a great opportunity for the winner of this one to shut the series in Perth at Optus in a little under 3 weeks' time. They're not home yet, but they've certainly made a big impression in the second half. He's lost the ball to Tedesco, picked up by Oates. Held by Tedesco. Now with Arrow. Oh, he got away from Whiten.
Look at him go, what a player.
Now he's away from Cook. Trebojevic hangs on. But the Queenslanders now right in the middle of the field, and Fafita. Munster on the left, Cherry Evans on the right. That's him. Now Ponga floating a pass for Gagai. Gagai's got another one. Gagai's done it again. Oh my God.
That will be
touch judge is walking
we have a try
to the in-touch in goal, which indicates that he's happy. Queensland, I fancy have got themselves another one.
And that's that defence out there again that Phil's spoken about all night. Yes, that's a try, and what a great pass was it from Ponga. A bullet-like pass which cut out 3 or 4 players straight onto Gagai's chest. And will that try wrap it up?
Smiling private. Tries in 11 games. Well, there's the try scorer, Dane Gagai, after a magic pass by Kalen Ponga. You're watching it on the Harvey Norman replay. 11 tries in 11 matches for Dane Gagai.
Brilliant pass from Ponga, and he's been tormenting. They've been tormenting the New South Wales left-hand defence all night. Addo Carr's probably had to play at 3 or 4 intercepts, but keeps getting turned around in circles. Latrell Mitchell just hasn't been in the game tonight. And Dane Gagai, marvellous finish. What a wonderful finish to put that down in the corner. And Ponga, who only just missed the one from this spot previously, gets a chance to give them a 10-point lead.
16-8. 16-8 as he comes in. On its way, and it's good.
Stay behind it, Nathan. Stay behind it. Get behind it. Time it. Stay behind it. Still waiting. Time it, Nathan. Stay behind here.
18-8. Spider Cam takes it through the restart, and Corey Oates right up above the pack up there, Kazali.
Brilliant. Moses Zumba is about to come on. He's replaced David Fafita. He'll probably play in the middle of the field there somewhere. It'll be quite handy.
Billy.
Yeah, good to see Kalen Ponga getting his most dangerous play on, 2 wide from the ruck. As we mentioned, Moses Zembai is going on for Queensland. Also, Cody Walker's gone back on for New South Wales to try and inject a little bit of spark in this final 7.5 minutes.
Gagai's gone to 11 tries, 11 matches, Bill. He can find a try. Corner's off. Jerry Evans kicking into Addo Carr's corner.
Well, they've really dominated large parts of this game, Queensland.
Gus, I think it's not over yet, but their defence has dominated. New South Wales have hardly got out of their own half. It's because of this rushing up, really enthusiastic defence in the second half. It's been outstanding.
There's Murray firing it to Cleary.
Here's a chance.
And this is a chance here for Kotrick. He's just into opposition territory. He's held up there by Morgan, right on the halfway line. Cleary to Trebojevic, and then away from Walker. It's found Addo Carr. 3 in from the wing. Now it's been knocked down by Hunt.
First one, Queensland, yep.
They're saying that Hunt knocked it on.
Okay.
So New South
Shot
Wales,
clock on.
well, we've got 6.5 minutes
Let's go,
left.
guys. Hold
They
there.
scored here, the
Shot clock going,
fantastic
Queensland.
finish.
Well, it's never over. The most number of, Telstra tracker, the most number of sprint efforts over 20 kilometres an hour. Dane Gagai, 33 efforts over 20 kilometres an hour. James Tedesco, well, he's always moving quickly, but he's had a hell of a game, that man there, Dane Gagai.
He's now scored more tries with 11 than all of the others in his team put together.
He's just a super origin player. Super origin player who has so much influence from the wing.
As we said at the top of the telecast when talking about him, he can smell a try, he can sniff it out, and he can nail it. And here's Cleary to the line. Cameron Murray, I thought just for a moment, might have created a problem. Now Cook gets it away for Frizzell. 5.5 minutes to go in Origin 1, game 115. And so it's Walker floating it out to Tedesco, on to Morris. And Josh taken by Hunt originally, and then Morgan. Kotrick, a long pass. Walker gets it back for Murray. Murray, Trebojevic, And Trebojevic plunges over. Trebojevic a try with 5 minutes to go.
There we go. That's Origin for you. We've got a contest back on the plate.
Well, this is really the first time they've been down here all second half, and it was Cody Walker who did some nice work coming back at the goalpost through some tired forwards. Trebojevic charges onto that one. Cleary will take no time to kick this conversion. And with under 5 minutes to go, the game is still in the balance. 18-14 the Blues, the Queensland.
And Queensland still behind their try line, having a really serious chat. Good run by Jake Trebojevic, the Manly lock forward. Queensland only now just started to come out from behind their try line.
Well, it's only been in the last couple of minutes that New South Wales have actually put play on play. They've moved the ball to one side and come back to the other with some players in motion. Haven't done none of that tonight, although they haven't had a lot of field position either.
Keep talking through what we're
But
saying, guys.
Andrew Johns, 4 minutes to go. What do you think?
Well, the money's around the ruck. Some of the forwards are out on their feet for both teams. New South Wales have got to look to go wide, but then come back through the middle with their speed men. Let's see how they go.
Here's Trebojevic leading the charge. They haven't got time for too many charges, however. And right now they're at the wrong end of the park, quite obviously. 20 metres out from their own line, they've used two. As Cook starts to spread it all, clearly was hit hard. Moses Mbai's out there now. The West Tigers captain, now Tedesco, on his own 40, but they've used four. Now it's with Cleary to halfway. Murray ran into a shoulder from Arrow. For Cameron to play the ball. For Cook and Cleary. Right foot kick high. Spiralling down to Gagai.
That was a great take. That's one of those bombs against the grain inside torpedo.
Oates. 3 1/4 minutes to go. Queensland by 4. Morgan. Mbai. A terrific first half of football, but then Queensland at 8-0 down have come out and they've defended their way to a 4-point lead. Jerry Evans raking it back. It's going straight down to Kotrick. So he'll be forced to play the ball under a two-man tackle. So they've given them back the ball on their own 30-metre line. Tedesco, a ring of Maroon. No gain in ground. Frizzell. Tyson Frizzell, the Dragon. It's a wonder that he's out there even with the injuries he's had this year. Here he is again. Four tackles gone for the Blues as Murray sweeps it. Walker throws a cutout pass for Mitchell. Mitchell, big, strong, but he's going down 6 metres out from the line. Gagai played a big part. Back it comes to Walker. Now to Cleary. Now it's with the 17. Crichton gets it away. Then the ball comes from Cleary. Comes down to Maguire. And that might just about do it. He's got a knock on.
Last tackle, handover.
Wow,
It's a handover.
Wonderful state of origin rugby league there. Latrell Mitchell carving up down that left-hand side. Tonga threw himself at him. And luckily for him, there was a couple of other guys there because he bounced away from Tonga. Fantastic. And then on the other side, Crichton, desperation to Nathan Cleary, got hammered by Ben Hunt. He's been brilliant, Ben Hunt. 1 minute 26. New South Wales will probably get the ball back.
Maguire. Gillett, here it comes, the roar for Queensland. Maguire, it's as good as parcelled up. Under the minute to Fusi. He's been so involved tonight, both offence and defence. The Melbourne back rower, Cherry Evans. As I said, the boos have subsided. And there's a new love affair going on with Cherry Evans. That O'Carr getting rid of Cherry Evans for a moment. The Blues have got about 15 seconds to pull off an Origin miracle. Trbojevic.
Last play, here we go.
Cook takes Tedesco with him. Can't get Tedesco, gets Trbojevic. Goes to Cleary. Stabs a kick over for Kotrick. Here's a touch and go effort. And Ponga! It's all over. Origin 1. A 4-point victory to the home side. Wow, what a second half from the Maroons.
That's one of the great Origin games, Ravs. New South Wales played really well, 8-0 after about 15 minutes. And Queensland's comeback, sensational. New South Wales still had a chance to win it with a couple of minutes to go. All 34 players deserve a big round of applause. I enjoyed that, one of the great Origin games.
What must also be considered for those 3 disallowed tries, and don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure officialdom got them right every time. Disallowed tries to the Maroons. The score could have been scary.